you coach players that have access to the best equipment in the world, that have the best talent, and you've taught a lot of amateurs as well.
Right.
So what do you see in the best world-class players that the regular amateur could use in an everyday game?
Well, I think I just spent 10 hours in the Bahamas with Justin Rose, where we were with a fitter trying to get his equipment dialed in. And, it literally took 10 hours. And we had tried so many. Now, that's something that he obviously has the ability to do. But most people, when their equipment doesn't fit them right, they'll try to get their swing to fit it. Whereas what you'll see on tour is even when the players are brought new equipment, if it's not better than the one they have right now, they're not going to use it. So they'll kind of hit one ball and say, this isn't right. Whereas on the flip side, what I'd see junior golfers do is they get their new driver for Christmas, and they go ahead and hit it until they get it right. But the whole time they're doing it, they've been changing their swing, which obviously brought them to where they were. So I think it's mainly in there as the fitting, and then to people to understand that, I still see a lot of amateurs with 3 irons and 4 irons in their bag. The amount of velocity and clubhead speed that's needed to hit a 3 iron or a 4 iron high enough at a good enough spin rate to land on a green and stay on a green is very minimal. So to see tour players having hybrids and rescue clubs in 3 iron and 4 iron, being at the highest level of the game, they're trying to use the equipment to make the game easier because the game is obviously very difficult. So, that would be something that I would see, see as well. And then the amount of players now on the PGA Tour versus 20 years ago who no longer use blades. So everyone is using game improvement technology to an extent.
Which would be cavity back clubs, irons.
Absolutely.
To get the ball launch a little easier in the air.
Really, look, you want to buy equipment that's going to help you in most cases to hit the ball higher. Because when the ball, if you look at the golf ball, you see it has dimples. Well, it has dimples because air gets trapped in that area, and that's what keeps it in lift. So there's two effects, right? We're seeing equipment that's a higher launch at a lower spin, because what's happening when the ball's spinning is getting affected by drag more. So at the same swing speed, if I can launch it higher and spin it less, I don't have to stop it on the green with spin, I can stop it on the green with trajectory, but I'm utilizing space more to hit it further. And I think if people come to tour events, that's what they'll see is when I speak to people and ask them how their day's going or is this your first event, they're always amazed at how high these guys hit their drivers. But that's really, if it's not windy and you don't have to hit it low, which you still don't have to if it's windy, just to see them launch the ball up at 14 and 15 and spin it at 2,000 is realizing that if they launch it at 8 and spin it at 3, that's a 22-yard difference in carry. So it's the equipment's allowing us to use the aerodynamics of the ball to project it a further distance without having any change to what they're doing themselves.